mixed up relationship between the so-called masters or sayyids, the tribesmen, and the silent majority. This is the real illness. And this illness will go on whatever is the solution unless it is tackled with one thing: rule of law and a constitution and a social contract, which the three words are the same thing. I can talk for 2 hours about this, but I will spare you that. The number 2 factor is the messing up with the habitat of Yemen. You know, we have billions of microorganisms in our body, in our intestinal tract. If you introduced one single germ into that variety, it's called you are disturbing the habitat. When you disturb the habitat, it always ends by killing the person and the organism and the organisms. Everyone is killed at the end if you fool around with the habitat, with the natural habitat of any organism. That stands true in the animal kingdom, in the plants, and in communities, and in societies, and even in families. Inside the family, if you disturb the equilibrium between people and the natural equilibrium between people, you just mess up with things. We have been under continuous messing up with our habitat. The Americans did it, the Saudis did it, the Iranis did it, our leaders did it, our elites did it, everyone does it. And I have an exhaustive list. I have it with me in the paper. Also, I need 2 hours to enumerate them and to go through them. The number 3 factor, which is behind our tragedy, is what I call the recklessness. Recklessness. With recklessness, I mean everyone now knows or aware of what the President of the United States of America did when they withdrew from Kabul, and that fiasco and blunder of Kabul airport. That's my standard definition of recklessness. Now, I tell you, we are the subject of a series and a chain, endless series of recklessness of people who come to us. The latest one is the so-called the withdrawal from Hodeidah yesterday. That is, for me, is an act of recklessness. I mean, they withdrew suddenly without any reason, and they caused the displacement of 6,000 people, the storming of Houthis into that vacuum, and this is fresh. This is the most recent one. And of course, the Houthis are elated by this behavior. Now, so just to remind you, before you get distracted, so we have our illnesses and sickness. 2, the messing up with the habitat, and 3 is the recklessness. These are 3 factors behind our tragedy. Number 4, which is the most recent and the most lethal, is the rule of Iran. Iran has turned up with 5 unprecedented inventions, through which it has grabbed already 3 countries, and we are the one ripe to fall into its basket, and in preparation for the 5th one, which most likely will be Saudi Arabia.